integrate our needs.
I saw the video. You saw the video?
得罪他就是一得罪他的，多很多人民都知道了这个。
我不会的，小心
先不要得罪他，一把你放到网上你就。多倫多都是部超女。
Sorry, I think you need more room. I'll go in the back here.
I'm just gonna.
Stand something. Put it up here. How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you for a while. See you. Good. You're looking well. Aging gracefully like me. Hey. If you're lucky, you age gracefully. If you're lucky, age. Yes.
哎，郑医生，3米好。3米好。什么东西呢
？30 to 45.
Everybody, Happy New Year. Gong Hei Fa Choi, Gong Chi Fa Chai. My kids have just started learning Mandarin. They've had 3 lessons, and that's what they've shared with me so far, so I hope my pronunciation is okay. But Happy New Year, and thank you all for attending today's special announcement. My name is Pauline Chan, and I'm with CTV, and I'm delighted to be here as your MC for this very exciting event. It's now my privilege to welcome a number of special guests who are with us here today. First of all, the Honourable David Crombie, Chairman of Ontario Place. the Honourable Jim Bradley, Ontario Minister of Tourism, the Honourable Madeleine Meilleur, Ontario Minister of Culture, Guangfang Hao, Deputy Consul General, Tony Wong, MPP, Glenn Dobbin, the General Manager of Ontario Place, Joe Chesham, President, Ontario Region Communications Group of Rogers Communications Incorporated, and Dr. Ming Tat Chung, President and Chairman of the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto. Thank you all for participating in today's news conference. I now invite David Crombie, the Chairman of Ontario Place, to the stage to say a few words.
Thanks very much, Pauline. Ni hao. On behalf of the Board of Governors of Ontario Place, I want to welcome all of you here today. This year, Ontario Place celebrates 35 years. 35 years of hosting world-class events and world-class attractions, and 35 rewarding years of being a premier destination for Canadian families. It's fitting, therefore, that in 2006, we celebrate this significant milestone with a spectacular event, the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival. This is a very proud moment for the Ontario Place family. We've been chosen, in fact handpicked, to be the first location outside of Asia to showcase the beauty and the magic of the Chinese Lantern Festival. On behalf of the Board of Directors of Ontario Place, I want to thank the Ministry of Culture in China and the China Culture Lantern Museum of Zigong. And to Rogers, a great Canadian corporate citizen, a special thanks for enabling us to bring this pageantry to life and to Canada. This event once again reinforces the great appeal of Ontario Place with its stellar lakefront location and the charming water corridors. It is the ideal location to display the festival's authentic, grand-scale installations on both water and land. I want to thank personally Dr. Ming Tak Chung, who will speak in a moment or two. As the President and the Chairman of the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto, Dr. Chung has been indispensable to us and a great support. He's a truly great ambassador of Chinese culture. So thank you all for joining us on a very important announcement. We'll all see you at Ontario Place in the summer. Xi.
Thank you very much, Mr. Crombie. And congratulations, I know you too have worked very hard on this initiative for the past 2 years with Glenn Dobbin, the General Manager of Ontario Place, who I now welcome up to the stage.
Thank you, Pauline. I add my welcome to everyone. Welcome very much to Ontario Place today. We normally don't have this much company at this time of year, so it's great to see you all today. It's my great pleasure to announce the details of the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival at Ontario Place. For 65 nights this summer and fall, Ontario Place will host one of the most exciting displays of Chinese culture and craftsmanship ever to be seen in the Western Hemisphere. The Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival will feature thousands of authentic lanterns and 30 grand-scale sets, all built in traditional style by the renowned China Color Lantern Museum of Zigong. It will take 80 of the museum's master craftsmen over 45 days to assemble these elaborate sets at Ontario Place, and the sets are already under construction in China. In total, they will take over 5 months to build. This initiative is a true cooperation between Ontario Place and the Color Lantern Museum, with the common objective and shared commitment of showcasing Chinese culture in a spectacular and authentic way. Last year, a small delegation from Ontario Place traveled to China. There we witnessed one of the wonders of the ancient world and of modern times, a traditional Chinese Lantern Festival. Our meetings there with officials from the Chinese Ministry of Culture and with the management team of the China Color Lantern Museum culminate today with the announcement that this world-class cultural event is coming to Ontario Place this summer. It is important to recognize the tremendous support for this event that we've received from the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto. The Centre will provide a diverse lineup of local Chinese entertainment throughout the 65 nights of the festival. And it will also assist us in the development of an authentic Chinese marketplace for all of our visitors to enjoy. Numerous performers and artisans will also travel from China to take part in this event. I'd also like to thank Rogers, our title sponsor for the event, and to recognize the Ontario Place Board of Directors, a number of whom are with us in the theatre today, for their support of this important and exciting initiative. The festival is an exciting opportunity. It allows for the increased utilization of Ontario Place in a way that contributes to tourism objectives and that has great relevance for our local community. It's an excellent use for Ontario Place, and we look forward to capturing the attention of other world-class events in the years to come. It's now my pleasure to introduce a short video about the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival. I think it's appropriate that this grand event is first shown on the grand screen here in the Cinesphere. The video is a collection of spectacular images from lantern festivals in China, and they show the type of lantern displays and entertainment that we can expect to see at Ontario Place this summer. Sit back and enjoy this sneak preview. Thank you.
Come with me now on a journey as I tell you of my people, of my country, and of the traditional celebration known as the Lantern Festival.
And it's all made possible by the contribution of a number of partners, including the Ontario government. We are pleased to have the Honourable Jim Bradley, Ontario Minister of Tourism, with us today, and I now welcome Mr. Bradley to the stage.
Well, thank you very much, and I begin with Wang Ying Ni Men. And good afternoon, everyone. I'm pleased to bring you greetings on behalf of Premier Dalton McGuinty and the Government of the Province of Ontario. I'm delighted to be here with our friends from the Chinese community for what can only be described as a very exciting announcement. We are thrilled to have this opportunity to host the North American premiere of never-before-seen traditional Chinese lanterns. The Ontario government is proud to be a partner in this once-in-a-lifetime event. The Ministry of Tourism is contributing some $200,000 to help market the Chinese Lantern Festival beyond the Greater Toronto area. And indeed, it is our hope and our belief that we will see people coming from all over the province and beyond the borders of the province of Ontario for this exciting event this summer. I would like to thank the Consul General of the People's Republic of China and the China Color Lantern Museum for selecting Ontario to host the North American premiere of such a genuinely prestigious event. This is a great opportunity to forge friendships that will be important to develop tourism traffic between our two countries. Ontario's ties to China are growing stronger all of the time. Last year, I had the privilege of signing the world-famous Locations Alliance Agreement in Niagara Falls. That agreement provides a cultural and educational exchange between the Niagara Parks Commission and the Great Wall Administration. The agreement is another important initiative that will provide shared information and assist the tourism industry in both countries. We have an opportunity to welcome more visitors from China. Canada has now been given approval to obtain approved destination status for Chinese travelers. The World Tourism Organization estimates that by the year 2020, the number of outbound Chinese travelers will reach an astounding 100 million. I'm looking forward to visiting China on a trade mission in March that will help build on the partnership that we already enjoy. I'm sure we will have a long and a very productive relationship working together to promote our destinations. Our government knows the value of tourism. Investing in tourism means jobs, economic growth, stronger small communities and small businesses, and healthy, vibrant communities. I look forward to seeing this magnificent display of Chinese lanterns this summer, along with the residents of the province of Ontario and all who will be fortunate enough to visit this destination. Thank you very much, Paul.
And I'd like to call upon the Honourable Madeleine Meilleur, Ontario Minister of Culture, to say a few words.
Thank you, Pauline. It's a great pleasure for me to be here for the announcement of this cultural tourism event. After seeing this video, I can just imagine, how spectacular it's going to be, on the side of the lake, and it's such a colorful and entertaining event. So I'm very pleased to join you today. and it will certainly be the main attraction this summer at the Ontario, as the Ontario Place celebrates its 35th anniversary. The Ministry of Culture is delighted to support the Chinese Lantern Festival with funding of $300,000 through the Ontario Cultural Attractions Fund. This funding will help promote and market the festival in the Greater Toronto area. This cultural tourism festival is the largest international partnership ever undertaken at the Ontario Place. Our government is committed to cultural expression in all its diversity as it builds strong communities. The cultural sector supports more than 250,000 jobs and generates almost $18 billion in economic activity. According to Statistics Canada, Ontario's cultural sector contributes almost half of Canada's total culture gross domestic product. We are proud to say that Ontario has one of the largest cultural communities in the country. We are home to the Chinese Cultural Center of the Greater Toronto, the largest center of its kind in North America. And I wanted to tell you that recently the Premier has announced $1 million for the Cultural Center. And I am pleased to salute today Dr. Chong, who is the chair, and to say thank you for your involvement and all the work that you're doing for community. We're very, very proud of you. Our province is enriched by the heritage of many people who make this province their home. We are looking forward to the Lantern Festival because it gives visitor and resident a chance to enjoy Chinese culture. The Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival also signifies a new level of cultural exchange between Ontario and the People's Republic of China. We are proud of this partnership and look forward to the amazing spectacle of the Lantern Festival. I can hardly wait for coming back to see that wonderful event. Thank you very much.
The event at Ontario Place, of course, will be a completely authentic Chinese Lantern Festival because of the partners involved. We are delighted to have Guangfang Hao, Deputy Consul General of China, here with us here today, and it's my great honor to welcome him to the stage.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. 各位女士们、先生们，大家新年好。I'm so delighted to be present here for the press conference to launch the colorful cultural event of the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival, which will take place between July and October 2006 in Ontario Place. It is equally significant that the traditional Chinese Lantern Festival this year falls on the coming weekend. The Chinese Lantern Festival will be a major cultural event in Toronto this year and will be an excellent chance to showcase one important aspect of the Chinese culture. With concerted efforts of 1 year's hard work, Ontario Place and the China Colored Lantern Museum are to make this event come true. I would like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation for the good work the Ontario Place has accomplished. The cultural event features nearly 30 scenes, thousands of traditional art lamps, and traditional red lamps. It offers an eye-opener for visitors to enjoy the unique cultural heritage of Zigong of China's Sichuan province that is renowned as the home of colored lanterns. I'm confident that this cultural event, by bringing the enchanting traditional Chinese culture to the general public of Canada, will enrich the cultural life of Toronto, Ontario of Canada in the summer and the fall of 2006. And I believe that it will further enhance the friendship and understanding between the peoples of China and Canada, as well as the relationship between our two countries. Finally, I wish the Chinese Lantern Festival every success, and a great number of Canadian visitors will come to share and enjoy this cultural heritage of Chinese civilization of over 1,800 years. Thank you.
Thank Rogers for sponsoring this important event. The Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival will enable young Canadian children of Chinese heritage, or of any heritage really, to experience firsthand an authentic part of Chinese culture. For children and adults alike, the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival represents an exceptional educational opportunity to learn firsthand about this unique feature of the Chinese culture. I'm thrilled to welcome Joe Chesham, President, Ontario Region Communications Group of Rogers Communications Incorporated, the title sponsor of this spectacular Lantern Festival.
Thank you, Pauline, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm delighted to be here today on behalf of Rogers. As you can imagine, we are extremely proud to be the title sponsor, of the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival, an event of great historical and cultural significance. The Rogers brand is built on the commitment to play a role in the local communities in which we and our customers both live and work, and I believe our sponsorship of this landmark festival is a demonstration of that commitment. The Lantern Festival will provide a unique opportunity to bring together the communities from across the entire province of Ontario, and no doubt beyond, in celebration of the artistry and the culture of the People's Republic of China, not to mention, of course, the 35th anniversary of Ontario Place. I look forward to the opening of the festival in July, and I'm confident that Rogers employees and customers alike will join people from right across the country to come and experience this exclusive North American premiere. I thank Glenn and his team for the opportunity to be here today. It's both an honor and a pleasure to be associated with such a meaningful cultural event, and I look forward, of course, to seeing everyone at the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival at Ontario Place. Thank you very much.
Now, the Rogers Chinese Lantern Festival will also be an opportunity for the Chinese Canadian community to showcase its talent. The Chinese Canadian performers of all ages will be entertaining visitors during the 65 nights of this event. And to tell us more, we'd like to welcome to the stage Dr. Ming Tat Chung, President and Chairman of the Chinese Cultural Centre of Greater Toronto.
Honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great pleasure for me to be here to be part of this welcoming launch for the Rogers Lantern Festival for this summer. I was told to tell you some story about what is the Lantern Festival, how did it come about. So just before I came here, I went to the website to look for some information. There are many legendary stories about lantern festivals. One of them is like this: the Jade Emperor of Heaven, Yu Wang Dadi, was so angry at a town for killing his favorite goose. So he had decided to destroy this town with fires. However, a good-hearted fairy heard of this act of vengeance and warned the people of the town to light lanterns throughout the town on that particular day that was going to be destroyed. So the townfolk did as what they were told, and from the heavens, when the Jade Emperor looked down, saw the bright red, the whole city was so bright and red, and they thought it's already on fire. So he decided to forgive the city. For that matter, since then, every year there is a Lantern Festival to celebrate the fact that this town has been escaped from being destroyed. Actually, the Lantern Festival celebrates on two occasions in Chinese tradition. First is the 15th day of the Chinese New Year, which is about to come in the coming week. And the next day is the Mid-Autumn Festival, August 15th of the lantern of the lunar year. So that both occasions, lanterns are displayed and parades are being performed in different cities and across the country. Since the official establishment of diplomatic relations between Canada and China 36 years ago, which is just a year before Ontario Place opened, the friendship between these two nations and their people has flourished. This friendship has not only enhanced our trade and commerce, it has also seen increase in cultural exchange. Only this past year, many of you probably have seen two major performances from Chinese artists. One is a concert that was performed on Niagara Falls. Several thousand people went to listen to that concert, and 70 musicians from China performed on Niagara Falls. And the second one is recently Rogers Center. We had this major concert called Sing Song, where over 20,000 people attended that concert. CCC has been one of the organizers of both events. CCC believes that cultural exchange of this kind foster mutual understanding and appreciation that will ensure the relationship between our dynamic countries continues to flourish for decades to come. China's Cultural Center of Greater Toronto has been in partnership with numerous institutions as a cultural partner in the past and in the future. In fact, in this coming year, in the spring, we will have a cultural partner with the Badab Shoe Museum to have a display on Chinese children's shoe exhibit. And then in the summer, we're going to be the cultural partnership with the World International Dragon Boat Championship race along the lakeshore. CCC will be playing a major part on both events. Our goal is to bring programs to occasions where Chinese cultural performances will be at its best. We are pleased and honored to be invited as cultural partner of this major lantern festival. In this role, we will be responsible for all cultural performance in this exhibition, and we look forward to ensuring that this programming exemplifies the spirit of this wonderful festival and our friendship with China. Thank you. 我喺呢度講幾句廣東話。我喺呢度希望大家能夠喺今年嘅夏天嚟參加呢一個非常重要嘅呢個燈節。大家都知道燈節係我哋中國文化係一個好傳統嘅文化，亦都希望大家能夠盡量推動呢個中華文化喺加拿大嘅呢個繼續成長。多謝各位。
Thank you very much, Dr. Chung. Well, I would like to take this opportunity to acknowledge a few other special guests who are with us here today. Bill Allen, Deputy Minister of Ontario Tourism, Bruce McMillan, President and CEO of Tourism Toronto, Penny Lipset, Member of the Board of Directors of Ontario Place, Joe Halstead, Member of the Board of Directors of Ontario Place, Robert Olson, Director of Marketing for the Centre of Education and Training, Sandra McInnes, President of the Ontario Tourism Marketing Partnership Corporation. And I'd like everyone to please join me now in acknowledging and thanking Professor Shen Dong, representative from the China Color Lantern Museum of Zigong. Mr. Dong, would you please stand? And I would also Guangfeng Hao, Joe Chesham and Glenn Dobbin to the stage, and they will be unveiling a very, very small-scale replica of one of the installations. And I don't know who's going to take the lead in doing the honors here.
Everybody ready?
Not yet.
Okay.
Everybody get nice and close.
Cameras all ready?
The mercy of the cameras.
That's it. Right here.
Okay.
1、2、3。
Here we go.
So there's a small representation of what we'll be seeing here in the summertime. And we'll take a few moments now to pause for photos with the media. And I'd like to also point out to members of the media that if you'd like some one-on-one interviews with any of the speakers here today, feel free to approach the speakers. And I'd also like to invite all the guests to join us in the Cinesphere lobby for some Chinese tea and some snacks. Thank you, 谢谢. Have a wonderful day, and we look forward to seeing you here at Ontario Place this summer. Thank you.
Okay. Right up. And look down at me, gentlemen, please.
多隊長，
係
今次呢個咁大嘅燈節啦，有冇包括中國食物一樣嘅？
有啊，呢個除咗呢個燈節之外咧，我哋仲有舞台表演，我哋希望喺本地嘅即係嗰啲高水準嘅表演團體，同埋亦都會請一啲中國嚟嘅表演團體喺嗰度表演嘅，每日都有，每晚都有。咁仲有咧，有啲嗰啲中國食物啦。仲有啲中國嗰啲叫做shopping 啊，即係話我哋去到中國，譬如去到呢個北京啊，有啲地方咧，你可以去講價嘅 shopping 地方，即係你可以去買嘢，即係可以講價㗎。譬如佢話10蚊，你減到佢1蚊都得嘅，或者都咪嗰啲咁樣嘅，即係同反映我哋中國即係大陸依家嗰啲marketplace 嗰種氣氛啊，所以我哋希望能夠做到呢啲一方面。
而家會用英文問。咁最後佢哋How big are they?
Well, these are huge lanterns. I mean, some of them 4-story tall. I mean, it's not a
4 stories. That's like a building.
Yeah, 4-story tall building. Yes, it's a huge lantern. So they came from Sichuan, one of the little towns. But they have been on display in other places in Southeast Asia. But this is the first time they came to North America. I believe they have also been in Europe, but this is the first time they came to North America.
But they say some on land, some on water. Is that like
Yes. Yes, they look like bullets on the water, floating on the water, some of these lanterns, with a boat or with a pagoda, you know, different kinds of shapes, the dragon, and Tiananmen, you know, like Forbidden City, and all kinds of buildings.
So this will be about 60-something days, like the festival?
Altogether 69 days, I think, starting from July the 20th until September the 10th, or something like that.
What about the admission fee? They have to pay extra to get?
Yes, they have to pay an extra fee. As you know, you come to Ontario Place each year, you have to pay to the admission fee. But on top of that, I think $15 to $20, then you can spend all your day in the park where the Lantern Festival is being held.
整個大球係有幾耐呢次咁大嘅燈節？
呢個差唔多1年以上啦，因為舊年咧佢哋 Ontario Place 已經派人喺嗰邊睇㗎啦。咁同時咧佢哋翻嚟之後咧，亦已經開始籌辦。咁咧大概係1-2個月之內咧，佢哋就喺四川就會派啲人過嚟開始搭嗰啲燈籠。即係個燈籠咧，好似一間屋咁大㗎啦嚇，唔係話一個細燈籠咁樣嘅意思。
即係成季即係拆咗之後再過嚟組裝，會唔會有啲中國嗰啲技術人過嚟？
哦，要啊，有成50-60個人過嚟㗎，有56個人嘅中國嗰啲技術人過嚟幫佢搭嗰啲，呢啲人唔識搭嗰啲。
But regarding this like old traditional techniques of making the lanterns, are they still very popular in China?
Oh, it is very popular in China. I remember I went back to China last year. I think it's in Yunnan province. You know, even in little towns, they do Lantern Festival every so often.
So how many people you expect to come to see?
I think the estimation is like 500,000 people for the whole summer to go to that Lantern Festival.
I've got the info, and I should be able to know by this afternoon. Wonderful. Let me